Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Minecraft. It is episode 91. Oh man, those 9 episodes, man, I don't know, we're in the home stretch, man, the home stretch of getting to 100. But to first get to episode 100, you need to count numbers, stepping stones, like these 34 oak planks. Very significant number, episode 34. Oh yeah, I think that really is around the time that I started this reboot world, right? Yeah, around like the 30s or something. Yeah. So, oh no, it was like 28. Yeah. I think 34 might have been, no, 34 was like probably around the time that the series started getting a lot of views. And I was like, why are people viewing this? So, oh man, 34 counts of oak planks, man. I am guilty of carrying 34 oak planks. I'm also guilty on 34 counts of only really wanting to talk about basketball and YA books. Yeah, you got me. I am guilty on 34 counts of not syncing the video and audio 100% properly. I apologize for that. I don't know, ever since I started recording audio and video separately, it's been a tiny bit of a challenge. I know I need to get better at that. I am also guilty on 34 counts of saying like and 500 million times per episode, but I'm trying to do that less, so yeah. I am also guilty on 34 counts of believing that the Denver Nuggets could have beaten the Timberwolves after they won game 5 at home, and Jokic had that amazing freaking 40-point, 13-assist game. I was guilty, I kind of was feeling it a bit. I was like, damn, dude, really, the Nuggets could win this in game 6, and then, they lost by 45 to the Wolves next game, and then they lost in game 7, blowing that 20-point lead. Michael Malone getting angry. The Los Angeles Timberwolves fans celebrating in joy. Bucks fans celebrating in joy at the fact that Jokic will not pass Giannis all time. Oh man, I am also guilty on 34 counts of believing that the Wolves, after that performance against the Nuggets in that series, could beat the Dallas Mavericks, but I guess I was wrong on that. I guess I was wrong on that too, Kyrie and Luka, man, just an elite freaking offensive duo, man. Just, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I basically, obviously, if I'm gonna talk about this, I probably would just be talking about the same kind of stuff that ESPN has been talking about, but maybe, hopefully, a bit more smarter. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that Kyrie has basically, taken on this role and embraced this role of being a true, number 2 next to Luka, where it seemed like, I remember learning in 2021 or where thereabouts that Kyrie wanted to leave LeBron on the Cavaliers in 2017, but he gave this interview. I saw this first take video in 2017 with Max Kellerman when he was on First Take, and then Max and Stephen A were trying to ask him so you wanted to leave the Cavs because you wanted your own team, right? And you didn't want to be second banana. And then freaking Kyrie's yeah, I don't really understand, and then he kind of was just talking around the question and not answering it directly. But I think that's the consensus belief that he kind of wanted his own team, and he wanted to prove that he could lead his own team to the playoffs, the championship, whatever. And he got traded to the Celtics, and then it seemed good. He got hurt in 2018 for the playoffs. That's when the Celtics made it to the conference finals, and then LeBron had that amazing freaking performance throughout that series of just carrying that team without Kyrie or Kevin Love. It had freaking George Hill, Previously in that season, the 17-18 season, it had Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade for I have no idea why they were there. Did they play together? I don't know. It had Isaiah Thomas, the short, 5'9" Isaiah Thomas, I don't know, man. What a weird team that was. I don't know. Good thing I wasn't a basketball fan then. I don't know. I was thinking about friggin' Canelo's frickin' clenbuterol. That's what I was focusing on in those days. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So he got injured in 2018, didn't play. That's when the Celtics lost to the Cavs in 7 games. Tatum's rookie year, Tatum dunked on LeBron, and then freaking 2019 was like a messy year, and then the Celtics lost to the Bucks, and then the Bucks proceeded to lose to the Raptors, right, in the conference finals, right? Yeah, and then like it's a whole thing. Obviously, I don't need to rehash. Yeah, Celtics fans and Kyrie probably don't have the best relationship. Stomping on the logo, the court, him freaking burning sage on the court. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Okay, there you go. All that is just prelude to say this Mavs Celtics finals is gonna be pretty good, pretty entertaining from a storyline perspective, kind of like all around. Yeah, because you also have Kristaps Porzingis, who plays on the Celtics, who was on the Mavs, and then maybe there's some like hard feelings of Mavs fans. There was disappointment. There's like him on a JJ Redick podcast, future Lakers head coach, said that he basically kind of admitted that in the 22 season, he kind of lost motivation. And basically, like, he, kind of said it, but didn't say. He didn't say it, but he basically said that he quit on the team. I think from that podcast clip that got circulated. So, yeah, it's going to be maybe like a revenge series for him, along with Kyrie. And then, on the marquee, there's Luka versus Tatum, right? Luka obviously is the better player. And I don't think, the Mavs losing that series is going to change it. But, it's the whole thing, like Jason Tatum receiving so much criticism for not being freaking always the guy who scores freaking so much, or like taking too many trees. He doesn't go into the paint enough. It's like, I don't know, just so much criticism about him that's like, a lot of it is just so unwarranted. People just like to hate on the Celtics, I guess, except me. And then like, the Jaylen Brown won the conference MVP, conference finals MVP, like against like the Pacers, right? Choking away those games, the Pacers did. And then friggin' ESPN ran like a thing where ran a segment where they're like, look at Jason Tatum in that image when Jaylen Brown got his freaking trophy. Doesn't he not look as freaking happy and joyous as his teammates? Is there a problem between the two? It's like, oh man, it's a lot, man, a lot. Jason Tatum has a chance to kind of, break that narrative and all the criticism about him. And Luka has a chance to basically be considered, by most basketball people as the number 1 player in the world, The title of number 1, like, best player in the world, like, best player in the NBA. Really, it seems to be it's on a 1-year basis now. It was Giannis, and then it was Jokic, and then now it could be Luka. So it's like, it seems like if your team wins the championship, the best player on that team just gets the freaking best player in the world for, like, 1 year. But it's probably not going to happen for Tatum, though. It's only one way. It works only one way. Like, Luka is going to get that, But if Boston wins, I don't know. I guess it depends on, like, how Tatum plays, right? Like, it's possible that Tatum can outplay Luka, even though most people see Luka's the better player, right, in the series, and the obvious best player in the series. So, Oh, man. I am also guilty on 34 counts of not playing the game, especially in this freaking world band. There were like 2 episodes where I freaking tried mining and then I just stopped. I am also guilty on 34 counts of drinking sparkling water and I have it like right near me. I am also guilty on 34 counts of liking indie pop rock music a bit too much. Oh man, speaking of music, I don't know if I should talk about it. I guess it's a thing that non-basketball or freaking whatever related that I can talk about. Just a tiny thing. I kind of have like had all of my music library like digitally, Because I have CDs, yeah. Like I talk about owning CDs. I own CDs of like albums, and I have like over like 100, I think, up to this point. Oh man, just eBay and Amazon and freaking yeah, a couple record store visits if I can, you know. Basically, that's how I built it up. So yeah, like I have that, but I also like how I listen to music primarily isn't really true streaming. It's true using an SD card. It's storing all of these albums that I own and then, you know, ones that I've downloaded onto an SD card. And like I rip CDs and freaking put them on. Yeah, that's how I put them. That's how I get the physical CDs on my phone digitally, by ripping them to a computer. So I do that. And then recently I went out to walk somewhere, and then I opened the music playing app I use to play all my music on my SD card, and then it just got wiped away. All of it got wiped away, and I did not, like, I don't think I pressed any sort of thing. It just got wiped away the second I opened it. I have no idea why. And I am in kind of a long process to freaking try to get like basically, obviously the goal is to get all of it back. Yeah, like I need to get all of my freaking music library back, man. Like, oh man. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Last time I checked, I had like over 600 like individual albums there, but not all of them are albums. Yeah, some of them I like, you know, have like collections, I guess. Yeah, like I don't know how embarrassing or telling this is gonna be, but in like 2020 and 2021, when I was first getting used to the downloading thing, I downloaded a bunch of anime openings and endings that I liked, and I got the full songs, or found the full songs on YouTube, and then got them and then collected them. I also did it with like soundtracks. Yeah, like for Fooly Cooly, I got like all the songs by the Pillows, yeah, from there, or like, yeah, a bunch of the songs by the Pillows that was on that in that anime, I think. And then yeah, like that's also what I have. But yeah, I had a lot of albums. The point is, I had a lot of albums, and then it all got wiped away, and I'm trying to freaking get it back. I have like 100 something of it, but the problem is that all of my library is spread out along freaking tree for desktops, man. Seriously. Like all, yeah, of everything I've like downloaded, you know, it's all spread out on like 4 desktops. Yeah, basically. And yeah, some have more albums than others, but yeah, it's been a lot, man. I'm recording the audio for this now on a previous computer. It's not the newest computer I want to use. I don't know. It's a little bit. It's a little privilege to me, but I'm still, you know. I've only paid about like the first 2 freaking desktops I bought myself were like under $200. They were like, I got my first one for like $185, and I got my second one for like around that same price, like $170, $180. So oh man, I don't know. And then I upgraded to like a mini like cube type of PC. Like you could find those like on Amazon, which was like $280, and yeah, and then I spent $400 on frickin' my latest one. So it's not big. It is kind of significant amounts of money though. It kind of is. It does add up though. You know, I could have like been smart and saved up for just an actual like you know, $700 or $800 one, or like got a bit out of frickin' what I've saved up for it, but I don't know. Anyways, that's what I've been trying to do. That's another subplot of my life during that's probably going to be a bit you know, that's probably going to be what I'm going to be doing throughout the summer, is basically restoring all of my music library. Man, it's a lot, man. Anything else I have to say on that? Yeah, I mean, because I could just like rip all of the albums I have and then just freaking, yeah, put them all back that way. But yeah, I mean, obviously that takes a bit of time, you know. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. And yeah, basically that's what I've been trying to do. Oh man, 600 freaking albums. They have anything else? I'm sure I have like other stuff to say about it. Just Yeah, CDs. There are a lot. I mean, it would just be easier to just stream all the music, but I don't know, man. I don't want to use Spotify as the main way of me listening to albums. You know, I like having it where I have it on an app and I actually kind of own it. You know, you know, I don't know. Own is a weird word. You know, like all the CDs I own, but obviously, like with what I've downloaded, is that owning? Necessarily, I don't know. Oh man, who hasn't been owning? I don't know. What was that transition? You know who's been owning the conversation around women's basketball? Caitlin Clark, a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Is there anything more to say? I feel like it's just a continuation of the conversation I had last episode. Yeah, where people like were being like, where there were some like kind of opinions about her being like, what like, you know, like Caitlin Clark, you know, like why are these vets mean to her? Why is there so much Caitlin Clark hate, you know? And I don't think like the LeBron or Charles Barkley comments I think came out at that point. Did it like it came out at some point? Yeah, like either like right after that episode I released came out, but it like LeBron said, like, I don't know, Caitlin Clark is gonna raise the game. It's like there shouldn't be any hate towards her. And then Charles Barkley on a broadcast said, like, friggin', yeah, y'all women are petty. It's like why are you friggin' doing this to Caitlin Clark? Something like that. And then it's like wait, where, like, where is the hate, man? Like where? Like one shady tweet by Angel Reese, yeah, where she said like, oh, we got this win because we didn't get this win because of a charter flight or something. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, try harder, man, to find this Caitlin Clark hate. It's like, oh, she ran into a screen set by a player. It's like, wow, like these vets, man, they're making it really tough on her. And then, like, in the latest game, in, like, the last, because the Fever have been playing so many freaking games. It seems like they're playing every other day at this point, right? They played 8 games already, or 9 games. In the latest freaking game against the Seattle Storm, she got into it. Yeah, she hit a tree. And then, like, her and Victoria Vivians got into it a little bit, and they both got double technicals. They both got technical fouls. And then Caitlin Clark was just clapping after she got teed up, right? Like, yeah, like that's basically the Caitlin Clark that, you know, is great about her. You know, that like endears people, and like me is like the little like psycho side of her that like comes out in these freaking situations. Oh man. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. There really doesn't seem to be freaking any, like, hate or animosity or jealousy towards her. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, Bomani Jones made the point where it's like, if there was, like, isn't that a good thing generally for the league? Isn't it a good thing that these women are kind of being jealous towards her? Like, isn't that kind of like a good storyline to develop? But I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird how people, yeah, like it's been said on Twitter that like there hasn't been one normal conversation about Caitlin Clark since she entered the league. There was one person on a talk show who was like saying something, yeah, who said that all this attention on Caitlin Clark is due to like pretty privilege and white privilege. It's like, okay, man, all right. Oh man, like please, man, please. Oh man, I don't know. It's the whole thing. It's like, I guess, like, you know, fans of her want her team to win more, but like that's just not a realistic thing, you know. Like, I think the Fever players like thought that they would be winning more than they would be right now, but I don't know. They did get a win against the Sparks, yeah, and I watched that whole game front to back. I think it's one of the first WNBA games I watched front to back. Look, I'm trying to be better, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah. Over the course of the next few months, hopefully, I will supplant the lack of NBA talk, because it will probably just only be the finals and like probably just some off-season stuff. Yeah, like whenever someone requests a trade, I'm gonna be talk about it. I'm gonna talk about all the free agency stuff that comes to friggin' mind. But hopefully I can talk about more WNBA stuff if I pay more attention to it, and I'm trying to do that a little bit. Yeah, like tonight there was a game between the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx, and the Lynx rookie Alyssa Pili who played for Utah, if anyone remembers, scored 20 points. Yeah, like I didn't watch the whole game, but yeah, like I checked at the end and she scored 20 points and hit 4 3-pointers. It's like, damn, I didn't even know she was a 3-point shooter. Like, or she could hit trees like that. It's like, damn, dude. I don't know. Yeah, mainly like of the WNBA rookies, yeah, Cameron Brink, Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese are kind of the center of that discussion. But hopefully there's like more from like Nika Mule and Aaliyah Edwards. But I don't know. I guess like they haven't been playing as much. Yeah, and Nika Mule had like an issue with her visa, which is why she couldn't play in the first few games of the Storm season. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, true. In other news, in friggin' women's basketball, I forgot to talk about this when the Fever played their first game against the Sun. There's a very interesting storyline, man, that illustrates like the uniqueness of women's sports, especially the WNBA. Like, there's a very fun and interesting and juicy freaking subplot that happened within that game. So it's the very first game of the season, right? The Fever are at home and they're playing the Connecticut Sun. Okay, so the two players' names you need to know are, I think on the Fever, the player's name is Nalissa Smith, and on the Connecticut Sun, the player's name is Dejanay Carrington, and these two players have a history together. Man, I'm kind of being like pop bass right now. I kind of am, man. I don't know. I shouldn't end my sentences with a period because that'll think like, Twitter users will be like, damn, what's with the attitude? But it's like, look, I'm trying to be, I guess I'm kind of being gossipy about this. So Nalissa Smith and Dejanay Carrington are two players who I learned from a TikTok, surprisingly enough. They post those on Twitter sometimes, and that's how I watched them. I learned from one of those freaking short form videos. That's not a YouTube video, but still. I learned from one of those videos that Nalissa Smith and Dejanay Carrington played at Baylor together. I don't know if it was in the Kim Mulkey like days of her coaching Baylor, but yeah, they played at Baylor together, and then they each got drafted to different teams. And then at some point when they were playing for Baylor, they started dating, according to this video. So Nalissa Smith and Dejanay Carrington started dating, right? And then I guess I would assume they would still be dating, right? When they get drafted, right? And then at some point, I don't know the time frame of this. Yeah, the time frame of it was lost on me. But like at some point they break up, right? As couples do, as what was recently illustrated, by Kelsey Plum and her husband, ex-husband, who made a music video. I mean, I don't have to comment on that. It's like, like what was with, like, I don't know, man. It's like who did he like text, like him texting that girl to stand in for her. It's like, hey, can you be my ex-wife for a video? But anyways, yeah, Nalissa Smith and Dejanay Carrington started dating at Baylor, got drafted to different teams, and then at some point broke up. When they were dating, they appeared on a podcast, some sort of podcast called like Off the Top, or like a special like WNBA related show called Off the Top together. And then I guess like, yeah, they broke up. And that was like proven like by like their Instagrams like getting scrubbed of like pictures of each other, I guess. And then with this game, like the juicy part of it is that there was one moment where like Nalissa Smith got like knocked down to the ground, and like Dejanay Carrington helped her up. Or the other way around, like either one of those things happened. Yeah, either Dejanay or Nalissa got knocked to the ground, and then like the other one helped them up, and it kind of is like, oh yeah, look at that, they still care for each other. And then there's another moment when there was like a foul situation like under the basket, and then I think it was involving Erica Wheeler, I think, and then like was like DJ. Yeah, was it like, yeah? Oh God, I'm forgetting the details. I'm sorry, but yeah, Nalissa Smith like what? Yeah, Nalissa Smith stopped like Erica Wheeler from going at Dejanay Carrington. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, like Erica Wheeler wanted to talk like about that foul. She wanted to say something to Dejanay Carrington about it. From what I saw on that video. And then Nalissa Smith was like holding her chest back. She's like, well, stop. I'm like, that's my ex, man. Just a really fun moment, man. Just such, yeah, like really, it's just such a thing where it's like only in the WNBA can you find situations this messy, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I only heard of like Courtney Vandersloot and like, Allie Quigley, but it's like, I don't know, there seems to be just a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, and like I think DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas are engaged now, but like I think DeWanna Bonner has an ex that's still in the league, right? And maybe like her ex, I think like at one point her ex was on the same team. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, unconfirmed, but it's like I don't know, man. Yeah, like that's like those are the types of things I want to learn about, man, when talking about women's basketball. Not to say that the drama and the gossiping and the juiciness of that is the only thing I want to get out of it. Obviously, I care about the basketball first and foremost, which is probably what people should be talking about with Caitlin Clark and not all the other stuff that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a nice thing, yeah, that I forgot to mention last time. Just a cool, just like wow, they're exes, man, and like they're and like apparently like you can still like ride for your ex, quote unquote. It's like look, if anyone is gonna cuss her out, if anyone's gonna get angry at her, it's gonna be me, man. It's like I'm not gonna have another player who was not with her freaking say shit to her. It's like, come on, man. I like that. I really like that, man. I don't know, but like I don't think they've said anything about it. I don't think either player, like I think both players are on Twitter or X, but like I don't think they've like, I think like one, yeah, Dejanay might have tweeted like something vague about it, but I don't know. So anyways, any other women's basketball storylines or just things that are interesting that I might want to talk about? Oh man, yeah, Angel Reese is like doing well on the Chicago Sky. They beat the Liberty in an upset win, and I think that's how they got their first, the Sky got their first win. Yeah, I don't think Camila Cardoso's played yet. Yeah, I think it might be another like similar situation to like Nika Mule, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, anything else going on with Caitlin Clark and like her struggles? Yeah, like she seems to be on pace for being rookie of the year. Yeah, like with how much like she's getting a handle of the game and like how much she's like getting used to the feel. She's hitting these pull-up transition trees. She's freaking, you know, like her range from college is like the same. Like she still like always wants to take these deep trees, you know. The coach is giving her the go ahead to do that. Oh man. Anyways, yeah, that's cool, man. Just more women's basketball freaking stuff to talk about, man. Please. Oh, snap, dude. What the heck? What happened there? Oh, I was signed out for no reason. Anyways. Oh man, anything else that happened? Anything else I'm guilty on 34 counts on? I am not guilty on 34 counts on not knowing women's basketball or something. Oh man. Anyways, yeah. What else am I guilty on 34 counts on? Oh man. I could talk about I guess I could talk about, yeah, a bit more about the book I was reading. I'm still reading. Yeah, I'm like 10-20 pages away from finishing it. Yeah, Chloe and the Kaishao boys. I think I was talking when I was like out of breath last time. So yeah, freaking yeah. Yeah. Anything to say about it? I mean, I guess there are a few interesting things about it. I don't know. Like, it's about this girl who gets Kaisha'd with like a bunch of boys en route to her having her debut, which is like a party for turning 18. Her family, her aunt is throwing for her like this big celebration, I guess. Yeah, where she turns 18 and has part of the celebration for the debut is having 18 roses, right? Which are like guys from your life, just boys from your life. And like, yeah, the Kaishao is like a matchmaking type of thing where like your family is trying to set you up with a guy. Like, yeah, they say in the book it's similar to an arranged marriage in India, but it's not, yeah, like actual, like, or yeah, there's more flexibility to it. It's just like, hey, I'll set you up on a date, you know, and then they just pick a guy for you to be set up with. And that's what happens to her multiple times. And then, yeah, and then she just picks one guy out of the bunch. It makes sense, right? But like, I don't know. The interesting thing about it is that the main character and like I guess like the main characters in it, except for a few, are Chinese people living in the Philippines. Yeah, and they're called Chinese Filipino, which is interesting. When I first like saw the book or saw the description of the book, because like I think I heard of that. Yeah, I talked about the book in like, oh god, an episode sometime last year. But you know, like when I like heard the term Chinese Filipino, I just thought I just thought of being half Chinese and half Filipino. Like that's what I thought of. But in the book they explain that no, it's like Chloe and her family and like her immediate like family are Chinese people, full-blooded Chinese people living in the Philippines. So yeah, like it's really interesting. Yeah, like I don't know, I think I knew somewhat that like those people existed, right? Like I would assume there are a bunch of other like types other people other than Filipinos living in the Philippines. There's probably a few white people living in the Philippines, a few Japanese or Korean people living in the Philippines, but I don't know, it's interesting like learning about that. Yeah, and like the other interesting thing I got from it is that like in regards to the Kaishao, the matchmaking system, right? Like there's this like interesting thing gets brought up with like dating and like Chinese families, right? Chinese Filipino families, where it's like the concept of having Great Wall parents, right? Which is a really funny freaking way to put it, right? So like having Great Wall parents means that like say if like Chloe's parents were like Great Wall type of parents, which they aren't. Yeah, like Chloe's mother in the book like lives in America, and that's like kind of a point of contention that like she feels kind of split between like her mother living in America and her father in the Philippines, and she's living in the Philippines, right? And it's like like having Great Wall type of parents means that for Chinese people living in the Philippines, for Chinese Filipinos, it's like your parents like would not let you date someone who is actually fully Filipino and not Chinese. Like your parents would be anti that, right? Your parents would want you to find someone who is Chinese, right? Rather than someone who's Filipino or not, not Chinese, I guess. Which is interesting. Yeah, that concept, you know. I don't know. It's really, it's a cool like thing. You know, like these are the reasons why I like reading, you know, books like this, you know, get to, you know, read about other types of experiences being written about, you know, and maybe it could inspire me a little bit or a lot or something. I don't know. It's just a cool thing. Yeah. Also just like to read another book that just doesn't take place in the US, right? You know, like Jollibee is in the book. I never would have thought I would have read a book where people are eating Jollibee, but yeah, here you go. I don't know. I guess it's cool, like, just thinking about just the overall representation, I guess, you know? I think, like, I don't know. I might have talked about it earlier, but, like, I went into writing my first book in 2018, like almost 6 years ago at this point. I went into like writing my first like young adult book. All my books are young adult books, to be honest. Yeah, I went into writing it thinking that I was thinking that I might have been one of the first few ones to write like a book, you know, with Filipino characters about Filipino characters, you know. But I don't know, it's cool to see that like I'm not necessarily alone in that, and there are like a bunch of Filipino authors that are just coming out or just debuting, or just like, obviously, like, I think like it took me a bit to learn about people like Melissa De La Cruz, but like, I don't know, it's cool. I'm in a class, I guess. I'm going to be like, if I ever get to the point of being published, I'm gonna be in that class. I don't know, it's nice thinking about it. Oh man, anything else from the book that's like interesting? Yeah, I don't know. I just found that concept interesting of just like, like Chloe and her family just fully feels, they are, because they are Filipinos. Yeah, I would assume they're Filipino citizens, I think, right? Like they're Filipinos, but that's what they say, that's what they would consider their nationality. Ethnically, they are Chinese, right? But like like Chloe's father like says like words, some like words in Tagalog, right? It's cool, man. I don't know, it's just cool. just the whole relationship between being like being of two cultures, right? And like like certain members of the family only wanting you to be like of like one culture, that's like not the dominant culture within that country. I don't know, I guess like I was thinking about it when I was reading. It is kind of the same. It would be the same if they were in America, but it's like you don't think of America as like most people are Americans in America. You don't necessarily think of that because of the melting pot aspect of the US and Canada. But it's like, like it would work the same for like other countries, right? In Japan, right, you would think that most people who are living there are Japanese, right? It's like it's like living in Japan and being like and having a Korean family in Japan, and then having Korean parents, being born to Korean parents in Japan, and then your Korean parents are like, you need to date or marry a Korean person. You can't freaking date a Japanese person. It's like we're literally in Japan, man, or something. The same thing with like the Philippines. It's like it'd be weird. It's weird that some families would be like that. Some Chinese families in the Philippines would be like that, where it's like you can't date any of these Filipinos, man. It's like that's the country we're in. That's literally the country we're in. I don't know. It's a cool thing. Yeah, I enjoy. I'm not done with the book, but yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. So, oh man, that's the book I'm reading. Am I ready to get into the Twitter segment right now? Like, is that basically all? Yeah, that's basically all. Yeah, it's like 40 something minutes, making good time. I'll find some tweets, hopefully. Yeah, I've been turning the fan on and off intermittently because of the heat. Yeah, it's getting to be summertime again, man. It's going to be, hopefully these 9 episodes are going to go by throughout the summer. I don't know. I mean, I think I'll reach 100 probably by freaking, obviously before the end of the year, but hopefully it'll be more before November or like something. And with the NBA finals just approaching and having like a whole 6 days before. Oh man, okay. Before I leave like the sports whatever topics, I find it interesting how the Minnesota Timberwolves, like, congrats to the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Yeah, congrats to the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards is only 22 years old. He obviously is gonna get better, barring anything happening. He's just like ascending, right? He made his like arrival known, same way OKC did, right? It's a successful season for the Wolves, even though their roster is like extremely expensive, with like paying Cat and Naz Reid and Anthony Edwards being eligible for Supermax in the near future, But I don't know. Like the season is to be celebrated, okay? But I just find it funny how freaking just like Minnesota like sports teams work, because it's like, I don't know, like I guess you don't have to be that familiar, but just like the Vikings, which are the NFL, and the Timberwolves, the NBA, right, have not won a championship or a Super Bowl, right? And I don't think the Twins have. I don't know, the Twins may have won one, but I don't know. But like Minnesota, when people talk about Minnesota in a sports context, like a bunch of people, I saw it on a broadcast at one point and I tweeted immediately afterward, right? Where it's like they love to talk about Minnesota being in a sports drought, right? It's like, oh, this is a city that hasn't experienced the championship in so long. Like the Vikings haven't won, the Wolves haven't won one, and where it's like, literally, all you have to do They play in the same freaking arena, man. It's like, come on, man. It's like, are we really gonna try this hard to just ignore women's freaking like sports? All you have to the like seriously, man. Like, I don't know. The Lynx won 4 championships. I don't understand, man. Dude, literally. The Lynx in the WNBA won 4 championships. I think it's 11, 13, 15, 17, right? Where they won. It's like, dude, they were literally a dynasty. They won every other year from 2011 to 2017. Right? And it's like, obviously, right, like, I didn't learn of that. I didn't, grow up with that knowledge, but like, I don't know. Like, I just find it weird where it's like broadcasters who probably should have more sports knowledge than me, who do have more of knowledge of that nature to me, right? Where like, they just ignore freaking women's sports. And the funny thing is that, like, I tweeted in like game, like, what, 4 or something, or game 3 of the Timberwolves Mavs series when they went down 3-0. I tweeted, Minnesota won the PWHL championship because I just found it like being streamed on YouTube, and like 30 to 40 like K were watching it at a time, right? And then like it turns out that that series was like, like when I tweeted that, I thought that Minnesota won, I don't know. I don't know. First of all, how did the PWHL finals come into my stream on YouTube? It's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It just goes to show you that I'm not watching freaking video essays about plagiarism or about, someone who faked his own death or something. It's like, I'm not watching freaking someone lock 100 people up for in a box for a month for a chance at 100 grand. It's like, I'm not watching those things, man. I'm not watching something on the problem with a person, okay, or the downfall of a company. I'm not watching those things. I'm watching freaking ESPN, man. Clips. I'm watching Kendrick Perkins say freaking he feels embarrassed for having voted for Rudy Gobert for Defensive Player of the Year. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that I've turned into this. Oh, man. Anyway, so I don't know. Yeah, the PWHL is the Pro Women's Hockey League somehow is in my YouTube feed, and then I was like watching it on mute, and then saw that Minnesota scored a goal against Boston, right? And like it said that they were up. That they were up 2-1, and it was the best of 5 series. And then when they scored that goal, the team was celebrating as if they'd won the championship, but I guess it turns out that like the goal was wiped from the board like later on. So yeah, like I tweeted that, and then I corrected it later by saying like, oh, I predicted the future, I guess, when they actually won it like a couple days later. So yeah, I don't know. The point being, like Minnesota, like it's only a sports drought for one gender, okay? It's like, please, like if you want to ignore women's sports, if you want to ignore women, I guess they're in a drought. But like, dude, like at least acknowledge the freaking Lynx, man. It's like, dude, like come on, man. Like what are we doing, man? Like Maya Moore played for the Lynx. It's like, like what, like why? Like I don't know. Like, if the Wolves won the NBA championship, like, I wonder what the call would have been. It's like, oh, wow, the city finally has, like, a champ. It's like, no, the Lynx won, and freaking, like, it wasn't even that long ago. Like, 2017, that was from, like, 7 years ago, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I guess, like, it's like, I only came into this knowledge fairly recently. Like, why should I be talking about it? But it's like, I don't know. I just find it funny. It's just a thing where I find it funny. I'm not actually like that like upset about it, but I don't know. Maybe there are like people who are like diehard fans of the Lynx who are like upset about that narrative getting tossed around with Minnesota of like there being such a large sports drought. It's like, yeah, okay, there's a drought for friggin' a couple teams, not the friggin' Lynx, and not this new friggin' Minnesota team that doesn't even have a name yet, because that's how new the pro women's hockey league is, I guess. Like, it might be in their like first or season, or like, I don't know. They don't even have a name for the team yet. Yeah, there's no team names. It literally is just Minnesota, Boston, Toronto. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting, man. Maybe I'll get into women's hockey before I get into men's hockey. Just like I'll get into women's soccer before I get into men's soccer. I don't know. Oh man, so anyways, I guess I might be ready to move on to the Twitter segment now. Just had to get that off my chest. Just had to get that. I don't know. Hopefully more things will come to mind in the Twitter segment coming up. So anyways, here is the Twitter segment. If there are any good tweets, anything, please let there be some good tweets, man, please. Someone said Kyrie Irving is a testament to the virtues of quiet quitting when you're not feeling the vibes. And then someone quote tweeted, Kyrie might legitimately have been the loudest quitter of all time. He shared an Alex Jones documentary. What are we even doing here? Yeah, that's true. I do like how there are, like, you know, Kyrie stan accounts, and it's like a link, and it's like a link. He posted a link. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, again, it also ties into the, Dan Orlovsky had a tweet where it's like, you know, there's been a lot of stuff said about Kyrie Irving over the past couple years, but it's like, I don't know why, like, that is even a thing now, because, like, the way he's playing, it's like, dude, that's the whole thing. Like, it's great that he's been able to play this well and not have distractions like that. It's like you could argue about whether they should be labeled as distractions or not. You could argue over whether he should have been, you know, suspended over, quote, posting a link. But it's like, yeah, it's the whole thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like there's no like kind of arguing that he did miss games a few times. He'd missed a significant number of games for reasons that are not basketball related. He missed games because of a vaccine mandate. It's like you could argue, should there have been a vaccine mandate? Was it unfair? Was it hypocritical for the New York City vaccine mandate to have been a thing where, you know, he couldn't play home games, but he could play road games? It's like, yeah, you could argue that, but you can't argue that, like, he's missed freaking games because of that. But I don't know. It's just a whole thing. I guess, that's the whole thing about Kyrie. It's like, what's fair or not to criticize about him, like, you know, in that regard of, like, the off the court stuff, right? I don't know. It's just a whole thing. It's like, yeah, he kind of did loudly quit on the Brooklyn Nets. He asked for a trade. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if he had his choice, he would be playing with LeBron right now, but, you know, it's fine. They have D'Lo instead, who can disappoint with his shot selection, but, you know, anyways. Someone tweeted a question. Wow, look at that. The first time I can answer a question in a tweet in a while. If you could only listen to one single band from now until the day you die, which band would it be? And then this person said Balance and Composure, which I actually, before I lost my whole music library, I was listening to their album, The Things We Think We're Missing from 2014, because it's one of those like fourth wave emo / pop punk / hardcore whatever kind of ish things that gets like put in like the fourth wave of emo or whatever. But I don't know, there's some good songs on there, man. I don't know, I kind of like it. Like with emo, it's like fourth wave I freaking like identify with the most, and like third wave if you want to put Taking Back Sunday and Paramore in there, because they probably should be in there. But if I were to answer this question, I think it's pretty obviously Block Party, but like, I don't know, I guess like other ones that could be in there are like, Local Natives or Passion Pit, if you want to consider that a band. I mean, it kind of was a band on Manners, but not after that really. But pretty much a Block Party. I think I could make a case for like Two Door Cinema Club maybe, or The Naked and Famous, but it's like that would be it. Oh and Foles, but that's basically would be my choices. But Balance and Composure, really good freaking few songs I've listened to from that album. Someone posted a really relatable tweet. Being mirror pretty and not camera pretty is seriously damaging my health. What is up with that, man? I don't know, man. There has to be some sort of science to that, man. Like, there has to be. Like, look, I absolutely know what this tweet is freaking talking about, man. And then someone quote tweeted, someone said this happens when you have a round face. Please tell me y'all remember that tweet. Oh, man, I kind of have a round face. Oh, man. I feel, I mean, how it's been, I don't know. I've kind of had a tiny bit of a rounder face over time. I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah. I do have one video of me like put up, yeah, from like 2021 on my other channel. But you know, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking of like posting more to that, right? Maybe in the future because I'm open to doing anything as long as I have freaking time. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, just do I have anything else to add to this? It's like, yeah, like, you know, I don't necessarily like looking at photos of myself, especially from like 2020 and 2021, you know. I've done a tiny bit of work to freaking improve on that regard, but yeah, it's still kind of awkward, man. Yeah, but like in front of a mirror, I feel like I'm fine though. Yeah, I'm fine like looking at myself in the mirror, but yeah, in photos, it's like, damn, I don't know. Here's a funny Caitlin Clark quote I just stumbled upon. Caitlin Clark was asked about the physicality in the WNBA, which people, you know, some people, Diana Taurasi, were saying and you know, preparing the people for. But yeah, she said, I feel like I'm getting hammered. And then someone quote tweeted it, having 2.5 drinks in your 30s. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, the play has obviously been a lot more physical in the WNBA as opposed to her playing in Iowa, man. I don't know. It's just a very physical freaking play. Just, yeah, and like, was it like Christy Sides? Yeah. Like, Christy Sides, like, stormed the court. Yeah, stormed the court. Yeah, for one possession after Caitlin Clark didn't get a foul. You know, I don't know. It's like, yeah, there's also been some criticism of Christy Sides, the Fever head coach, where people are just, yeah, calling her out, just like, she does not know what she's doing, man. Why, yeah, you know, I don't know. It's weird, man. Some people are thinking she might get fired, but I don't know. I don't know if that has any weight or not. It's just people on Twitter. So hopefully freaking the Fever get better, man. I don't know. Maybe they're not going to be a playoff team, but just hopefully they just win like a few games just to make it like they improved over last season. Especially for, yeah, that team's sake, yeah. And Aaliyah Boston, too. But I don't know, like, from judging the Fever games, you know, like, Caitlin Clark's passing, man, yeah, like, her passing is just so freaking, like, I don't know, her vision with the passes, it's like, a lot of times, like, her turnovers, because those are, yeah, her turnovers are still pretty high. Like, a lot of times, they are due to just her, like, throwing freaking, like, full court passes and her teammates not being ready for it. So, you know, hopefully hopefully the Fever can get better over time, because, you know, like, they'll probably figure it out like in next season, right? They have a better chance, right? I would like to think. Oh man, I don't know. I would like to see them in the playoffs, but you know, because that would just mean that everyone's just gonna watch it, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I also, yeah, I just need to make it a thing that I need to follow this WNBA season a tiny bit more closely. Maybe not as closely as I follow the NBA season, but, you know, maybe I might invest in, you know, watching more games. Yeah, especially the ones on Ion. Yeah, someone said some of the most annoying people in my comments are those who reply to my dislike for a show that they really like by saying, so don't watch it. Yeah, shut the F up and let me hate things. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been less of a hater openly recently. I just feel like it's just too much energy, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll find a time, but it's like, I don't know. There just comes a point when just things become like too easy of a target, you know? Like, I want something to surprise me in terms of like, oh wow, I did not expect to dislike this, you know? That really hasn't come up recently for me in anything, in like a show or a movie or friggin', I don't know. The last time was, yeah, the movie. Oh, man. I don't know. Should I even say it? I have a whole freaking episode on it. It was a movie with Jenna Ortega in it. That was not one of the freaking top ones. And it wasn't the freaking one with the teacher or whatever. That, I don't know. Is that out yet? But, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's just too many just things, right? Like that show that shares the name with the diss track Kendrick Lamar put out. It's like, is it any reason to do that? It's like that book that has a film adaptation coming out. It's like everyone is like, what's the point, man? I haven't even read it, you know? It's like, I don't know. Just too much energy, man. Too much energy to put in to freaking openly hating things. Or like, I don't know. It's not really hating for me. It's just kind of joking about frickin' it's like pretty bad, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know. I might have a little bit of hater come out for me for frickin' NBA teams, yeah. But I don't know. Even that, it's like I don't want to openly be that much of a hater of Joel Embiid, okay? Or the Sixers, or the Lakers. But like, look, I don't know. It just comes out sometimes. It kind of comes out. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, there's this recent similar kind of thing, yeah, that I wanted to talk about in relation to this. I was watching a show on Netflix recently, and after I watched an episode of a show, something came up. Anyone But You, that film is on Netflix, and then I saw a scene from that film, and like, I was just in awe of it, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I should watch the whole film. I'm probably not gonna watch it anytime soon. But, like for like the Netflix has like the little kind of like it plays like a tiny scene from a film or a show, in the like when you click on it or something, and like this freaking scene I saw, man, it was Sydney Sweeney. Trying to freaking grab a cookie on a plane. She's like it starts, it's in a plane, like everyone's sleeping. She like Sydney Sweeney has this jacket on, like she sees a cookie on someone's freaking on the edge of someone's seat. I don't know if it's the love interest or not. I don't know, but like she sees the cookie and she's like, she wants the freaking cookie, man. And then she freaking reaches over for that cookie. She like goes, yeah, like horizontal, like gets the cookie. And the funny thing is that she gets it with her mouth. She picks it up with her mouth, then. Or no, or maybe she picks up with her hand and sticks it in her mouth. And then in the middle of doing that, the arm of her sweater or hoodie or whatever gets caught in like whatever, in the seat or something. And then she tries to get it off, and in the middle of getting it off, she moves her body in a way that is very suggestive. And yeah, I guess that's the joke of it. And like the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what is happening? Like what? Like, and then the second time I saw it, it was like, oh, okay, I'm understanding what's happening here. And I'm still like, I don't know what to think about it, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, what, like, she really wanted that cookie that bad, man. Like, I don't know. Like, and I was, like, by the third time I watched it, because I watched it 3 straight times, I'm, like, thinking, like, does this symbolize a deeper thing? Does this symbolize, like, our innate desire for things, you know, in society, right? Like, is this a symbolic freaking thing? Is this, like, the green light in Gatsby? Is this the modern Gen Z-ish equivalent of that? It's, like... I don't know. What is the Gen Z equivalent of the green light? The green light, like, yeah. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Anyways, that's basically just like a scene I thought of. I don't know. It's in relation to just like hating on things. So should I hate on it? Like, I don't know. It's just too much energy, man. This is too much energy. I don't know. Maybe I'll get back to disliking things openly, but I don't know. It'll be sometime in the future, I guess. This has been a better Twitter segment, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make these too long. Guys really don't know how to give compliments properly. So someone posted a photo of their text messages, and so like, I don't know, these are all hit or miss. Like, the thing with like these things is like you get this, and then you immediately get quote tweets of people being like, why would you post this? This is mean. Don't do this. This is what's wrong with society. It's like, what's the point then? It's like, why do I need, like, what's the point of my eyes dedicating the energy to freaking viewing the damn tweet then? But I guess it's like, it's just being too easily swayed by like whatever a quote tweet is. It's like the opinion of the tweet is there, and then like the opinion of the quote tweet is in direct conflict with it. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. I guess like human psychology is like, well, the quote tweet is obviously correct. It's like, I don't know. I know my brain and mind shouldn't work like that, but still. But anyways, it's a picture of, I guess it's a girl who sent photos of herself to a guy she's dating or something, and then the guy replied in the text message, 2016 Warriors, 2021 Destroy Lonely, Cold Water at 3 a.m. And then the girl just replied, okay. Like, I guess the girl wanted the guy just to say you're pretty, right? It's like, yeah, I guess that's what the girl wanted. And then a quote tweet of this tweet that said, boy said you cold water at 3 a.m. I didn't know Shakespeare was still amongst us. Oh man. Anyways, I don't know. Just so many things. I know I should come up with my own conclusions based on it, but yeah. I guess people just want to freaking be on Twitter, man. That's the thing. I'm guilty of it too. It's just weird how much time I spend on Twitter, like, as opposed to actually doing other things. But, you know, I don't know. I need material, man. I always get, like, the best material, but, like, I don't record it here. But I don't know. In basketball news, yeah, Aaron Gordon's brother, Drew, died in a car accident. Really sad, man. Yeah. Someone involved in the Nuggets press tweeted, devastating news. Drew was at the majority of Nuggets games of the season and was extremely close with Aaron. Oh, man. And someone tweeted, freaking chicken nuggets, and said, y'all take the wrapper off, right? And then someone quote tweeted, I've never seen someone take the draws off of a nugget. McFreak. Man, dude, come on, man. Like, if you've eaten freaking chicken nuggets before, you've done that, right? Especially at McDonald's. McDonald's is the place suited for that, yeah, where you take off the breading of it, yeah. Nah, come on. Oh, man. Anything else? Here's the Darren Waller video popped up. Love the Lynx starters losing their minds over Alyssa Pilley. The Minnesota Timberwolves posted images of them working out after games. Just like the Phoenix Suns that got roasted, man. Okay. Oh, man. So a 20-year-old rookie center, 2 grade D trade guys, an agent of chaos, and a fourth best 25 and under player whose impact on winning is suspect walk into a bar and ask, who is going to the freaking NBA Finals? Luka averaged 33, 10, and 8 on 63 true shooting against the best defense in the league. Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. Just the Wolves just couldn't defend, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, and Rudy just getting the blame for it, you know, it's like, come on, man. The SpongeBob SquarePants voice actor, Mr. Lawrence, who voices, Plankton, will write and direct a comedy horror pilot? Damn. There's tweets about convicted felons. Oh, man. Okay, alright, yeah, I think that's basically. Someone quote tweeted the Darren Waller video. All I can think about is the Aces locker room having a field day with this. I don't know, man. If you're Kelsey Plum, I mean, it's like, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to be reminded of him, man. Maybe you don't. Before I go, I guess, an NBA death that happened recently that was kind of like big. Yeah, Bill Walton passed away. He was 71, and like he was just this big like freaking personality, man. Like, I don't know, like learning about him and like watching all the videos about him and just how fun of a person he was and how like free of a spirit he was, as people described him. Like, he literally was a hippie. He was an actual like picturesque like hippie, like in the 70s, you know. And like he played for UCLA, won a championship with the Blazers in 77, was on the 86 Celtics, the last one to win a title until the 08 Celtics, right? And like, yeah, he beefed with Shaq a little bit. Well, like Shaq like beefed with him because of like stats. Like, he's like, how are you considered one of the best centers and only scored like 6,000 points? But yeah, like there's just so much more to the story, right? Like he was dealing with injuries basically his whole career, right? And yeah, I don't know. I guess I wanted to shout it out because Bill Walton is born and from San Diego, and he lives in San Diego. You know, and like, I don't know, I just find it cool that like that kind of cool of a person and that much, and like one of the legends of the league was from San Diego, and like probably like one of the best basketball players and stories to come out of there until like Kawhi Leonard or something. But I don't know. I don't know if Kawhi Leonard is actually from San Diego. I don't know. Like, I guess his family lives there, but I don't know like where exactly. And it's like, cool, yeah, like Bill Walton, like his politics and his views were just so like progressive, you know, and like still like he was at like Native American sit-ins, right? Indian reservations. He supported rights of Native Americans and civil rights and protested Vietnam, right? It's like he did all of those things, man. I don't know. Like he was a man who stood up for things, you know, very principled, you know, and like he also just like had a lot of fun. He was on broadcasts, like broadcasting college basketball. Like, I don't know, I didn't necessarily have a connection, but like, I don't know, like seeing like all the stuff about him, like he was just such a freaking great like person, human being, on top of being like a great basketball player who's like, you know, tragically dealt with injuries, you know. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to shout him out just because he's from San Diego, you know, and also just the fact that he was a great player. So yeah, shout out to Bill Walton. Hopefully he's listening to the Grateful Dead in heaven right now, wherever it is, in an afterlife. He's rocking out. I don't know. So anyways, is that basically it for this episode? Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully I'll have more. Yeah. I did my thing. I recorded an episode before the NBA finals start. I might even record another one before the NBA finals start. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll probably be after one game. Yeah, I don't know. Any predictions for the finals? Well, I mean, I think I know who I want to win. I want the Celtics to win, obviously, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just not gonna do that thing. I predict the first round, okay? I predict the first round and give my awards ballot. That's all I do every year to year, okay? I don't want to predict future rounds, man. I don't want to be more wrong on top of how wrong I am already, okay? So anyways, I think that's basically it for this episode. Hopefully I'll get to more other Minecraft things other than Minecraft in the coming days, weeks. Yeah, with this computer now, like, this isn't the computer I don't think I can render on, so I guess I have to switch out my computer. Yeah, I'm recording the audio on it, but yeah, I have to switch it out. That's gonna take a bit of time, so I guess this episode might not immediately come out in the next few days. So it will come out before June 6th, definitely. So anyways, that's basically all I have for this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next episode.